Minecraft is one of those games where it's fun to start a world, but after a while you grow tired of the same scenery. You may beat the dragon in your world, just build a starter house, create memories, but in the end, you delete those memories and start fresh again. The process of starting new is one of the most satisfying things in this game. Getting your first tools, fighting your first creeper, finding a village, burning the village to the ground. But in the end, you grow tired and move on. Now, why is this? Why do we grow tired of playing in the same world? It's because we're idiots. Now, I was like you, an idiot. I used to create a new world every month or so, deleting or forgetting my past memories and moving on. But 5-ish years ago when I created my current world, I noticed how silly of a goose I was being. So here are some expert gamer tips to having a long-lasting world. Now, wait a minute, you may be wondering, why is this loser telling me how to play Minecraft? First of all, fair and hurtful. Second, I have my own 5+ year world because I don't have a life. Plus, it personally bugs me when I see people make new worlds for no good reason. So yeah, that's why. Minecraft can be like a job. You go in and farm or mine or build, and this can be exhausting. Mentally, Minecraft can be quite draining, and that is why the beginning game is so enticing for so many people. In the beginning, there isn't fatigue, there is just exploring, building a little base, and winning the game. But once that is completed, is when it gets hard to continue. Having to think of new projects, new ideas, and new goals can be one of the main reasons people quit their worlds. So if you are riding the struggle bus of thinking of ideas or new goals, there's this beautiful place called the internet. The internet is a fast-feeding machine. Find new styles to build in, new building ideas, new redstone farm ideas can all be found on the internet. For example, I'm building my own version of Decked Out in my own world because I was a huge fan of the series. If you don't know what Decked Out is, Google it, I guess. And once you have these amazing, spectacular gamer ideas, write them down in your world on a sign. Although simple, one of the more satisfying things to do in a long-running world is checking off one of those signs on your to-do list. Not only is it satisfying, but if you also take a break and come back, you know what you were thinking of working on because it's written down on a sign. Play the game how you want it to be played. Like this video, people love to gatekeep and force their opinions down others' throats. Just ignore them. Other than me, I have great opinions. Just ignore them and play how you want to play. If you want to be an explorer, go for it. If you want to be a builder but you feel like you suck, go for it. If you want to use a million mods to improve your enjoyment of the game, go for it. No one should tell you how to play your world. The best way to stay in a world is playing the way you enjoy. Now, I'm going to shove one of my opinions down your throat again. One of the biggest reasons people give up on a survival world, now this is survival exclusive, is if you start cheating. When I say cheating, I mean using X-ray mods, going in creative, using mods like World Edit, and etc. Although it seems okay to do it sometimes, you know, it's only a few diamonds, no biggie. As soon as you pull the trigger to cheat, your feelings on the world will decrease. You will no longer know it's not legit anymore, and you may even feel guilty about it. And you'll probably start fresh the next time you start playing. And I'll admit it, I used to be a survival world cheater. That's why I feel so strongly about this, because I noticed how stupid I was being and why I kept losing interest in my world, and I don't have any of those worlds that I cheated on to this day. Imagine this, you put your gamer sweat into this world for a year now. You got all the cool stuff like a turtle helmet, trident, and all of a sudden, something happens to your PC, and the world becomes corrupted. A year of work gone. Or even worse, your dog dying in the game. Now that's the worst. This game can create tragic memories that make you never even want to play the game again, let alone the world. There's a simple trick to beating these tragic events. Make world backups. Simple, but effective. Making your life easier is never a bad thing. Being able to save hours of work due to one silly mistake can improve longevity. Nothing makes me want to delete a world more than redoing something because of a silly mistake. If you're one of those cringe gamers who absolutely hates the late game and only wants to play early game, just do it. But do it in the same world. Pack your bags and travel 5,000 blocks like a runaway. And start fresh. After a while, it'd be like little colonies populating your entire world. Maybe even name them, create trade routes, make wars, create lore. But if you seriously just want to start new, just do it in the same world. Nothing is stopping you from dropping everything and starting new. I might even do that for a future video. No one wants to do the same thing over and over again. In other words, I mean building similar small houses over and over. Instead, challenge yourself to make big projects, something that will take a long time to complete. Not only is it more interesting than building a bunch of small cringe houses, it'll also stop you from running in circles for no reason. I know you've been there. We've all done it. When you log in, you will have a goal to finish this big project, and it helps motivate you because you know exactly what you're doing when you log into the world. Also, if you ever end up finishing one of these massive projects, I know it's rare, the absolute proud accomplishment that you will feel will be like no other. I mean, you could become the president, you could become God, and it won't feel as good as finishing that Minecraft project. And when you're done, take screenshots and post it somewheres. Show people. The best feeling is getting recognition and approval from others. Most people aren't a-holes and will support you. Maybe just don't go on Reddit. Finally, and this is the biggest one, take breaks, idiot. Play other games. Go watch a movie. I recommend The Sandlot. That's my favorite movie of all time.
You're killing me, Smalls.
The biggest red flag to starting over is burnout. And the best way to avoid it is taking breaks. Don't force yourself through a burnout because that will just make it worse. 3 years ago, I took like a year break from Minecraft. But when I was finally ready to come back, and I always end up coming back, instead of starting something new because of the bad feelings of burnout in that world, I was refreshed and ready to pick up my silly little world. So all in all, stop being an idiot and stop deleting your memories. If you disagree, you are incorrect and leave. Think of your world as a history book. This is the first ever house I built on my world 5-ish years ago. This is the biggest long-running project on my world. This is my proudest build. This is my weakest build. This build is history, and this build is nowhere close to done. All through 5 years, I can look back and think about where I have been in my life, and I get it. Maintaining, gathering materials, and keeping going on a world is very difficult, especially chopping trees. I hate trees. But if it wasn't for my brother who played with me in the beginning and thought of these crazy ideas, I might not be on this world today, because when I started this, I was in the loop of starting new worlds. But I learned after a while that the history of a world and the longevity of the world is what makes it special. If you could push through the middle, painful phase of playing a world, having a long-running world is really fun and worth it. As long as Enderman griefing is turned off, because Enderman absolute sucks.